business analyst. If you are a business analyst, as you said, first four are related. Okay, first four are related. Lead capture is required. Okay, accepted. This is related. Agreed. Next, in what way these 2 points are related for the problem? Can you explain why you have taken these two?
Yeah,
because account creation means customer account creation and customer account setup. In what way these two are related for this business problem to provide solution?
Yeah, if you have a lead, which is a prospective customer, and then the problem is understanding the right customer base. So, yeah, but I understand what you're saying. Maybe it's not directly related, but then, according to this dynamic CRM, what else can you do? If you capture, if I if I have a lead, which I want to capture the details of the leads, in order to get to know them better, I want to set up, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. So if I capture a lead, I need to know maybe they are qualified or not. So I think it's number one, just number one at this moment. So, but if they're now qualified, if we understand them and we think it's the right customer for us, then that is when we can start talking about account creation or contact setup.
That's what I'm asking. Why account creation and contact setup? In what way it is relating to the problem?
I just told you now that it's not related. So I said
okay. The only one then lead capture is related. Okay. Lead capture is related. Okay. Right. Next, opportunity management is also related. It is related or not? Opportunity management. Related. It's related.
So does that mean you're going to...
Opportunity management is related.
My question is this. How can you manage opportunity if you're not creating accounts and setting up contacts?
Account creation you are doing to manage the account of the customer. Account creation you are doing to manage account details of your customer. But here, creation of account details is not the problem. What was the problem? Failing in identifying the right customer base itself is the problem. So account creation is not a problem at all. They never said that they have a problem in account creation. Account creation is a part of the sales functionality, process functionality, which customer usually follow. So it is not related. Account creation is nowhere related to our point. What is that? Our point is customer is facing to identify the right customer base as they have entered new to the European market. So what is our related? Identifying the lead capture and managing the opportunity as far as sales itself is concerned, how to manage this opportunity. These are the two major areas which are related for the business problem. Understood? Clear? Did you understand or not? I will put you this way. For example, forget about you are a BA. Forget about for some time. You are not a business analyst. Forget about it. For example, you are the manufacturer, right? You owns this company. This company owns you. This is owned by you. Okay. For example, let you put it this way. Now you are good in Asian market or African market, wherever it is, right? You are good in this market. You have manufactured and you are selling all these products to the customers where you are succeeded. Now, recently you have entered into an European market where you want to sell the products the same. Whatever you have manufacturing, you want to sell on your brand. Now, Being a business owner, you are failing in tapping the right customer base in the European market. That was your problem. Now, if this is the case, when your organization, because your organization have a sales team, what is your sales team do? Sales team has to identifying the right leads. That is where major the problem comes. So you have identified that your team is failing in identifying the right leads to your sales. Am I right or not? Right? First point. So whenever you have identified the right lead, what is that your sales team has to do? Your sales team has to grab the opportunity of the customers and they have to manage their customers effectively. This is what we talk about opportunity management. Did you understand this, Kingsley? Clear?
Yeah, I get it.
Right. So if you are a manufacturer or if you are a business owner, whenever you want to sell the product to the market, there were problem that identifying the right customer base is what the problem for you. For that, where you want to do some changes to be made, changes because the sales process remains constant. This is the process. Order management is nowhere related as of now to start with. Quote management is not related. Problem is not with product catalog. Maybe problem may comes later, but as of now, for your problem, product catalog is not the related one. Invoice management, when invoice comes, when you sell, then invoice come into picture. You are struggling in identifying the customer base, then invoice don't come. Sales business process initially not to start with. Account creation and all as well as contact setup are the one which will be used by your sales team to manage their data. So managing the data is not the problem to you. What is your problem? Targeting the right customer base is the problem. So what are related points here? Lead capturing, at the same time opportunity management are the two major challenges which being a business owner you are facing, and you want a business analyst who has to provide solution for that. For that reason, being a business analyst, what they did, they have identified developing a dynamic CRM application for your business need will be the right choice. This is what the context is. Do you understand now? Clear?
Yeah. So, two questions quickly. Number one, sales life cycle that we're seeing on the screen, they are not dependent on one another. So you can work on one in isolation. That is what you're trying to explain.
See, these are not directly dependent, but these are all indirectly dependent, because unless until if you have not created account, unless until if you have not done the contact setup and all, how this invoices and as well as orders will be maintained, because these are all interconnected, but being a business owner, they don't have problem with all the processes. They have a process only
Yes.
on a limited area. Where was the area? One is in the lead capture, second is in opportunity management. In these two areas, they have the problems. Problem has to be solved in these two levels, in the first one and as well as the fourth one. Understand?
Okay.
Right?
So because, yeah, we identify problems which is associated with the lead capture and opportunity management, right? So because of this problem now, we now we recommend, as a business analyst, I recommended to develop a CRM solution.
Dynamic CRM. You have identified dynamic CRM will be the right choice, because you have to consider the cost also. You have to consider
cost. So where I'm going to is this. I identified dynamic CRM to, to solve this problem for them. And so, but when I'm developing this dynamic CRM, I will have to develop all the features, right? I'm not going to just develop lead capture and opportunity management?
You will mention everything. You will mention everything.
I will have to develop everything.
You will be mentioning everything, but your major focus will be only on these two areas because problem was remained here.
What do you mean measure? Do you mean I'll be developing everything, but problem will be those two?
Yeah, these two you have to be focused more on. Remaining things, anyway, it comes. Anyway, you have to write down all the points. But whenever you are writing down the tasks to develop the problem to solve for a problem to be solved, which points you will be focusing more on? You will be focusing more on the lead capture and opportunity management.
Okay.
Understand? Clear? So you will be writing all the sales processes. You do it. But according to the business problem, because you are not developing the whole CRM application to the customer, right? You have identified dynamic CRM is the right choice. But it depends on the kind of business problem what customer is facing, what are the points, what are the sales process steps are related. Those you will be focused more on. Remaining things will be written as usual to you by you. Understand?
Okay. Yeah, I understand this, but you just mentioned something now, which I think I also need clarity on. When you say I am not developing the whole CRM, but I'm developing dynamic CRM, can you explain further there? Because my understanding up to now is Dynamics 365 is it part of CRM or is CRM on its own?
CRM is a process. Okay. Dynamic CRM is an application. Like that, there are different applications. We have Dynamic CRM, we have Salesforce, we have Joho, we have Oracle CRM. Different products are there. So being a business analyst, you and as well as your team has identified developing Dynamic CRM, giving Dynamic CRM application to the customer is the right choice. That is what you guys have decided. Okay. On what basis? Depends on the infrastructure, technical infrastructure which customer has, because we don't require any technical infrastructure for Dynamics because it's a cloud application, anyone can use anywhere. Okay, that is advantages. Second, why you have chosen Dynamics CRM, for example, what could be the reason? For example, there is a budgetary constraint, right? Customer don't want to spend more for the project to develop. So what is that you are doing? You have identified Dynamic CRM will be the customized one. Why? Because if it's a cloud application, whatever the services they were using, you will be paying only for that. You are not paying for everything. This is one more advantage. So budgetary constraints also you have to consider. Third point, this Dynamics is a Microsoft product, right? Microsoft Corporation product, Dynamics is. So whatever the other related softwares relating to Microsoft, apart from Dynamics, if anything you want to use in future, with the minimum cost you can get it. Because as you are using Dynamics, remaining other products will get with the minimum cost. If you want to use Microsoft project or Microsoft any other applications and all, you get it for the decent price. That is the reason why there is an investigation, understanding among the business team as well as the technical team you have identified and you have finalized developing the Dynamic CRM will be the right choice. So it is need not be Dynamic CRM. You can choose Salesforce also. But you have to give the right justification why you are using Dynamic CRM. So on what basis Dynamic CRM you have identified? It is not only just because of the business problem, what is that you have identified. You have to consider the duration. You have to consider the technical infrastructure. You have to consider the budget. You have to consider the operational effectiveness. You have to consider the regulatory standards. All these points you have to consider before you are concluding that Dynamic CRM is the right choice. To announce Dynamic CRM is the right choice, these are the aspects being a BA you have to consider. Then only you will be further. Otherwise, you don't do it. Understand? Clear?
So, yeah, I've asked you this question before. So, if I'm giving them, I'm trying to justify why Dynamics 365 is the best product that I've chosen that is best product. I spoke about budget, and so budget, for example, do I have to know how much is the cost is as part of my findings? So because I'm just looking at it from interview point of view. So do I have to know that this is what it costs to, that this is what is going to cost an organization? Like, do I have to do like cost analysis and know the cost analysis, for implementing Dynamics 365, what is going to cost that organization? Do I have to know things like that and prepare for that kind of thing in an interview? Or I don't necessarily have to.
So this is not something done by the BA. Okay. First of all, you have to understand, because if you have to understand the hierarchical process, because being a BA, your responsibility majorly is to understand the requirements of the project. Okay. So
Yeah.
in terms of the cost and all everything, it is depends on the budget what customer has given, because that pre-sales team will take care of, project management will take care of, because project management team will have some budget. Okay. So pre-sales team will decide. Depends, because for example, some customers will come and say that, for example, I'll give you $5,000. I want a solution to be provided within $5,000. Who has told you the decision? Customer has told. Some customers say that there is no budget barrier, but this is the problem. Okay, for this solution, what will be the cost? You give it to me. So cost won't be decided by the BA. That will be decided by the project management team. Okay, being a business analyst, you may be a part of it, but you will not be the prime attendee to decide the cost. The cost will be decided by the project management team, and whatever the final conclusion you have considered, you have taken from the project management team, the decision will be implemented by you. Understood? Clear?
Okay. So if we're is it the job of a business analyst to decide why organization is choosing one application over another?
Yes, because this is in connect to the technical people, you have to decide. Why do I choose this particular application means there will be some technical constraints also, because you cannot only see business constraints. Technical constraints will also be involved in it. So you always make your technical team to involve in this regard. Then only you will get the right solution. Otherwise, being a business analyst alone, we don't decide this. Because see, Kingsley, you have to remember one thing. Even though being a BA, whatever the responsibilities you will be rendering or you are doing during the project development phase or implementation phase, whichever phase, never ever expect that you will be the person alone. You being a business analyst alone do this, because there are technical people involvement will be there when and wherever it is needed. Project management team, architect, everybody's involvement will be there in the project, and whatever the decisions they have taken in on some aspects, that implementation being a BA you will be doing. So not all the activities will be done by the business analyst alone. For example, when you want to know about the technical complexities and all, so as you are not a technical person, you may not take a decision on it. So what is that you have to do now? You have to go and meet to the technical people. Technical people will give you the evaluation report. Okay. So whatever the evaluation report they have made so far, this you will be discussing with the project management team, and finally decision will come from the project management team. Did you understand this point?
Okay, so yeah, I understand. So as a business analyst, so probably when we're having like stakeholder meeting, so there might be option to look at maybe 2, 3 CRM, maybe Salesforce, Dynamics, and another one with respect to the business problem that is on board, right? So based on this, the technical people will go and look at the technical complexities that is related to Salesforce or Dynamics or another one. Then everybody will do the evaluation. They will come to table, and then they look at the budget as well, and then
Yes.
the business will decide on which one is best.
Yes.
And whichever one is good, the BA
Yes.
will implement that one.
Yes, because this is where we talk about feasibility study. We have to see all the angles, because budget we have to see, right? For example, customer is saying that I want the project to be delivered completed in $5,000, for example. Okay, for example. So as your team, you have discussed with your team and all, you came to know within this $5,000, Dynamics is not possible. For example, let me put it this. For example, what is that you do now? You will be give a proposal to the customer. With the $5,000, I cannot develop you using Dynamics CRM because these are the practical problems. I can do with some other application, right? If customer is okay, you will be doing it. If customers say that no, I want only Dynamics, means again budget will be revised. For example, if it is not $5,000, assume that it is required somewhere around $7,000 to $8,000. Again, that revision will be made to the customer. Based on that, customer is accepted, revision of the price will be done. Accordingly, software will be decided. Simple. It is very simple to you understand, Kingsley. I'll give you a real-time example. You want to buy a mobile. Okay. For example, you want to buy a mobile, right? On what basis mobile will be bought by you? There are points to be considered. What are the points? First of all, you see the cost, budget, right? You keep some budget in your mind before you are going to buy a mobile. Okay, budget is one thing you see. Second, configuration. What kind of configuration mobile has, and what are all the features are available in that particular mobile. And you have to make sure whatever the existing mobile you have, apart from that, what else are the major features that you consider. Next, your personal needs as well as your business needs, business or job needs. By taking all these points into consideration, you will buy a mobile. Am I right or not? Yes or no?
Yeah, I get it. To be honest, I understand.
The same way, whenever we want to identify this CRM application or this software to be used, means there are a lot of points to be considered. Technical constraints we have to see, regulatory constraints we have to see the budget level constraint, operational constraints. All these we have to consider, being a BA as well as the technical team and all. Final conclusion, then finally we decide whether it may be Dynamics or it may be Salesforce, it may be Oracle, or it may be Joho, it may be anything else apart. That's
yeah, all. I think I get it. I think the reason I'm asking is this. From the interview point of view, so I want to know what I need to cover, right? Because as I want to know, for instance, when it comes to regulatory, is this something you need to have knowledge about as a BA?
Not 100%, because 100% knowledge over the regulatory requirements won't be there for everyone. That is not the prime point. One of the point was regulatory. I don't say that is the only point.
No. I'm only making an example. So I'm only making an example that, if is it something that you want to prepare yourself about, when you're trying to face interview, or something you just don't want to look into and just look at core BAs, like the main implementation stuff. So if I'm preparing myself for an interview and I don't want to cut in the middle, like believing that this is not BA job and they were actually expecting you to have some knowledge around these places, if you know what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'm thinking. If it's something I need to close my gap on or probably ignore. So but in the industry, I know how it works. I understand that, yeah, there will be a conversation going on with so many people before a decision is made. That is 100% clear, and you have explained. But from interview point of view, is it something I need to worry about or no?
Really not. Okay. Not required. But
Okay.
anything personally on your own choice, if you are learning anything additionally, that's an advantage for you. That is what I can say. Because practically speaking, being in individuals, either you or me or anyone knows, everybody knows that 100% we are not perfect in every areas, because some areas we may be strong, some areas we may be weak. Am I right? Right?
Yeah.
So my suggestion for anyone, whoever is going for interviews, of course, I'll giving you the frequently asked questions on dynamic CRM BA. I'll give you FAQs. I'll give you FAQs,
Yeah.
frequently asked questions, interview questions. I'll give you. You can study that further, no problem. But I would suggest to everyone is that whatever the strong points you have within yours, try to elevate that as much as you can, rather than the weak points. Because if you are learning about the regulatory requirements, regulatory standards, or any other things else apart, if anybody is learning, that is absolutely an additional advantage for you. I don't deny that.
Okay.
But what kind of questions we come across and all everything sometimes will be different, because we don't know. Sometimes interviews will be very simple because they
Yeah.
don't ask you much questions, right? Sometimes. So
Yeah.
sometimes the interviews will be very tough. But still, I don't understand what was the reason. Means there are a lot of reasons behind that. So it depends on, because some people are very particular about the detailed part of regulatories or etc. In some interviews it happens, but in some interviews it happens very simple. They don't go in depth. So
That's true.
that cannot be decided. But end of the day, learning everything and keeping it with us is always better, because we
Yeah.
never know what kind of questions we come across to the people. If someone is asking, we'll answer. If nobody is asking, then no problem, because anyway we have learned that may be
Yeah.
useful to us in future, right? So
Yeah.
that is what I suggest to every student, whoever has attended.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Understood?
Yeah. Okay.
This is what it was. I'll forward the FAQs also, frequently asked questions also. I'll give you. You can FAQ, interview questions. I'll give you interview questions. You can read those questions. Question and
Okay.
answers I'll give. I'll give question and answers also. Okay. What
Mm-hmm.
question and what is the answer you have to give.
Okay.
I'll give that also. Okay. Tomorrow we'll sit for interview. Here we'll sit for resume one. Okay. I'll make the changes in the resume. Tomorrow I will
Yeah.
discuss about
Can you
resume.
scroll down? Yeah, I asked some few questions before you
Please go ahead.
go. Okay, I think everything you detail here is okay. I understand all these processes. Yeah, if you scroll up again, sorry, don't mind me.
These are the points.
The
These are the first
yeah,
points, and after that,
yeah,
these
yeah,
are the points.
yeah. I understand. Everything in this thing is clear. But the question I just wanted to ask is this: regarding, for instance, if I'm solving this business problem that we explained, that we worked on, this scenario that we worked on in this lecture. So ideally, I would be importing the company's data. Okay, no, let me not use this scenario. So if, can you scroll up, sorry?
1 minute. Yeah, tell me, please.
So looking at the sales life cycle that we look at, yeah. So in a real life scenario, if I want to work on this application, so maybe I want to, see what is happening to, maybe I want to produce some report on anything. So I have to import the company data into Dynamics CRM, right?
Because some people will connect this other applications like Jira and all everything, they can integrate. That they can do it. Because report generation, you can do it on Jira. We have burn down charts, burn up reports, all that, right? Whatever the work they did, they can show it on Jira too.
No, I mean like maybe
1 minute, 1 minute, Kingsley. Just be on line. I'll be back in 2 minutes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me please. Yes, tell me.
Yeah. So
You're asking something. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So if I'm trying to look at maybe there's like customer insights. I just want to gain some understanding around customer insight based
Ah.
based on company's previous data.
Hmm.
So yeah, maybe I shouldn't be asking. Obviously, that means I have to import the data into Dynamics to do whatever I need to do. But I think let's leave that. That's fine. My main question is, do you know, when it comes to migration, does Dynamics has anything to do with migration? Maybe
Uh,
migrate existing
See,
application
is
into
it?
Dynamics.
Yeah, I'll tell you. See, migration means, I'll give you a scenario. For example, there will be some organizations, they use their own CRM application. For example, let me take this organization. For example, this organization, they were using existing a local CRM application they are using very long time, right? When migration takes place, I'll tell you. Okay. Now, for example, this business is expanded. Earlier, there was in different market. Now they have expanded their business in different areas. Now, whenever the business have grown to the next level, now, for example, they required some kind of dynamics application and all. So this is where generally this migration come into picture. So what customer wants now? Customer wants his customer relationship management existing application. They want to migrate their complete data towards dynamic CRM. These are the different scenarios. Some customer, what will happen, I'll tell you. Sometimes customer has existing CRM application, some local CRM application they are using. Now they want to migrate to dynamic CRM because they are fond of migrate. Dynamic CRM is very good. They have understood and they want to migrate. So these sort of projects also we get. That time what is required? The complete data of the customers which they were using since long time, ages. That complete data has to be migrated to the dynamic CRM. Understood? Clear?
Yeah.
You got my point, right?
Yeah.
This is where generally this data migration come into picture. Whenever there is a migration related one, because this will not be applicable for all the projects. Whenever there is a situation we come across that customer has an existing application which they want to migrate from that to Dynamics or Salesforce CRM and all, that is where generally this data migration and migration related projects come into picture. That will not be the case for every project, subject to the requirement of the customers. Some customer want to migrate their application to Dynamics. That kind of job, that kind of projects we also get. Sometimes we get. That time we migration related, a requirement over migration related will be more in that scenarios.
Okay. So whenever you have a chance, please, if you have any business scenario which I can see that has migration, I just want to see it.
I
I
do
feel like
one thing, I'll share some documents to you. Okay, I will share
okay.
a document. The best part is instead of explanation, because these are the things which takes a lot of time even for you to understand. FAQs, scenario related documents relating to Dynamics 1. I have documents with me. I will share material to you. Okay, then documents.
Yeah, that is fine.
So whenever you get time in future, you please go through those documents so that you will be understood much better.
Yeah, I do. I would like to see something around them.
I'll give you because
Something around
material, business scenario related material.
yeah,
I
I
will
would
give.
like to see something around migration. Yeah, that's fine.
I will give. There were some material relating to data migration kind of. I'll give you some material. You
And
can.
again, if you have like job sites in something, I want like I don't know. I'm trying to find like in Dubai. I want to explore it. So yeah, but maybe we can talk about this tomorrow. That's fine. If you, I don't know if you do, but if you don't, no problem. Uh, I'm searching, but I haven't seen anything that is reasonable. I'm trying to see if I can exploit job markets in United Arab Emirates.
Okay,
Dubai and so-
Middle East, huh? Achha, you are looking for jobs in UAE also.
Yeah, I want to exploit that market. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not having any reference. I will tell you. I will give you. I will see.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll continue
Right.
tomorrow.
We
Right?
will see about your resume tomorrow, finally. Okay. Tomorrow we'll discuss about your resume.
Okay, that's fine then.
Right,
All
Kingsley?
right. Yeah, please don't forget to send this to me as well. This template that we worked on.
Which one?
This one we're looking at.
Acha, this document, huh? I'll
Yeah,
forward.
this document
I will forward.
and this document and the slides for the whole training. You promised that you're going to send.
Yes. I will do it. I will forward those slides also to you so that you can have a glance over it.
All right,
Okay.
that's fine.
I will do it.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Yes.
Right.